start for Razor. And if you do that, like, you'll have an advantage because you just stick Void Spirit against Razor, and then Razor doesn't do anything. I like that Nigma is the one thinking Medusa as well. I believe it was them that pulled out the Rapier Medusa, the 23 or 27 minute mark.
5 seconds remaining.
Stomped over their opponents. That may just be them more fixated on what they know can destroy this lineup right now, which may give some inclinations to Liquid. You're probably looking at something that has range on the lane, or some, like, you know, bully potential. You don't have to worry about the battle hunger as much in this game, as Oracle can always dispel that off. As for Nigma, I mean, they have good catch. And they have a lot of frontline. I would like to see something that's kind of targeted at this kind of mid-game interval, this kind of rapid ramp up. I'd say something like a Troll Warlord, but I mean, they can't count you a Razor in that situation. But they can get the Monkey King. Okay, that definitely gives aggression to Liquid. That brings them swinging out of the lanes. And that is another situation where we have some Void Spirits around the safe lane. It's like this Void is going to be mid/off, Timber mid/off, and then Monkey King in the 1 position.
Remaining.
Now you definitely want to pick some sort of range here on Nigma, just so you have that flex on both sides. There it is, OD. Alright, so that's going to be the Timber counter. I was wondering which way they were going to go with this, because the one thing that could make this Timber good was the fact they didn't have a Spirit Vessel builder, but the OD making it through this far is something you wouldn't have seen in previous patches. How the times have changed. So for those just tuning in, this is just the opening match. Whichever team loses here is not out, but they will be in the lower bracket and have to swing their way from there towards the grand finals. And then later today, after this series, we will have Alliance versus Aggressive Mode. And then the winners from that will face off against the winners from this. But this is just game one, okay? We're getting ahead of ourselves. We've got an interesting draft from both sides. And I'm actually excited to see this kind of return of offlaners. Things like the Axes coming back in. The Slardar has been incredibly popular in the qualifiers the last few days. Just active offlaners. It's a nice, refreshing change for the offlane role, considering the previous was a bit slower or less flashy for offlaners. There's especially opportunities for people like Mind Control and Boxy to shine. These are the type of offlaners usually you think of as the playmaker types, right? Like Boxy became famous with the Shakers. Mind Control has always been seen as kind of this dominant force out of the laner phase. Hopefully we will get straight to that. I'm intrigued to see how the Monkey King versus the OD is going to play out, though. It should be a main for week. You do, of course, have to get quite close to just throw out that Astral. So that maybe gets you tapped once or twice by the Monkey King. I think the thing that makes the lane very unpredictable is going to be Tiger. The rotations from Shaker, if on point, could easily see the demise of we on this OD.
Your future is grim.
People enjoying the gongs while we've still got them. I don't know how much longer it's going to be actually before. I mean, still getting spins for the event. Boxy fellas.
This changes nothing.
I mean, come on, boys. Is it really that early? I mean, it's 9 a.m. for me. And I just came off the back of doing NA qualifiers, so wakey, wakey, boys. I expect to see some good dotes. Big surprise, actually, when I was watching the NA qualifiers was the lack of this boy here, Tiny. I feel like this... I don't think this is necessarily a region tailored pick, but it is, I will say it's a lot more popular in EU and CIS from what I've been seeing, is the Tiny in the 4 role. I do need to access that though, because I just realized for some reason my Obscents aren't working, so bear with me a sec, guys. I'm just gonna type those in. No, this is definitely just Obscent. Don't worry, don't panic. But yeah, the Tiny and the 4-roll, it's just so strong. Like, flexibility to roam around. Also, you can give a little bit of a wider spread, a little bit more space to one of your lane, right? So if you've got a hero that you know can just solo farm, you want to leave them their own devices. Tiny is not a greedy, XP reliant support in that regard. You can just send him off at level 1 or 2, and he should have an impact courtesy of toss and then avalanche follow-ups. Axe also plays into that style really, really well. Yes, it's a double melee lane, but the way you play it is you're so bulky, you can just cut between the tier 1 and tier 2, and they can't really stop you farming. It's actually always been one of the frustrations of Axe. And when you think about the heroes up against, Insignia will be a little bit annoying, but this isn't a high harassment hero, right? The physical damage output is pretty lacking on an Oracle. So you can't really stop an Axe from taking that wave and escaping. And actually at 42 damage, you're just kind of enabling him to spin more, I'd say. That being said, though, the Monkey King could come and get involved, and they could find kills at 2. I think that's like the kind of pivot point you're looking for, because then you have access to the root and the stun, which should stop an Axe from escaping. Just a case of whether he goes for like maybe a quick win lace or just gets the boots in good timing, especially if they get early runes. I don't think, yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to do this though, because you can see that there's no Orb of Venom start on the Monkey King. Usually that's how you can tell if they've got... Oh, I love Insania. All right, it seems Boxy has been awoken from his slumber, ready to slay the dragon. Well, no dragons here, but something from beyond the astral planes. But not in his lane. His lane is going to be this Razor. This lane is actually okay for the Razor at the start. It gets annoying once you're looking at 2+ points in reactive armor, because you can sap all the damage, but it can still work against you. I don't expect there to be too much chasing in this lane. I think you're going to see Timber try and cut the wave regularly. Razor will probably just submit to this and farm after a few waves. He won't even try and contest. And that's why you can see they've started 3 heroes bottom side Nigma. Toss. Nicely done on the Mike. Bruce coming in. Does connect on the 2, so Mike will make it out. Tiny, however, is going to take a lot of damage for this. And they've got the toss coming off cooldown soon. They decide against the dive, though. He would have reached the trees before the toss was available. But I like that they're trying this, because then you can just pivot off this and go top for free if you get Axe a good start. And I don't think, yeah, we've seen the alternative capture shenanigans. I've heard some people complain about the issue around being able to capture the low ground. I don't think it's that drastic of an issue. I think there should maybe be a bigger discussion about the fact that there is an outpost here, this close to the Roche bit, and the other one is all the way over here. And just one side has an inherent desire to play into this jungle area compared to the other. Spoiler alert, it is in fact Radiant. You can actually already see the rotation early on. And I like that they got the ward down. They understand that you're playing against the Tiny 4. It's going to try and gank you almost immediately. And it's a good thing he moves away when he does, because, well, he won't make it in time, but he has actually at least got the Resonant Pulse. So it'll be a little bit of harassment and the denial. But that moving away was him submitting that something like this was going to happen anyway. And you can already see like the difference between these two high-impact cores is what can the Shaker do. Right, like you'll harass Miracle a little bit, but you shouldn't be able to hurt him. And in fact, Miracle is just going to farm Chorus. I mean, I say that, Miracle's actually getting the crap kicked out of him, but it's a Shaker. It's always the crux of level 1, right? Like when you think of lane combos that can punish, it's not usually a Timber that can utilize Shaker at level 1 that much.
None for you!
Mike has got 2 denies so far on these waves, though. This is something nice. It's like if Axe is going to play directly on the lane, then you can actually just punish him a little bit. If you can actually beat him to level 3, you can make sure he has no choice to creep skip. It's just too dicey for him at that point. Boyfer is taking a lot of damage here. Yeah. He'll salve up. We could have went for the Astral, but it's better to just save the Astral for the deny opportunity on the range creep. And yeah, there's the pull through shenanigans. No creeps here though. There's always the annoyance about Tiny though. Like he's even with the changes, like he still hits relatively hard. He's even quicker now. I don't see this hero disappearing as a 4 anytime soon. A nice steal on the rune. Actually holding. In the meantime, Mike did snipe out Kuro's Korea. Yeah, you already see what I mean. This is just Axe life though. This always happens. So whenever you see an Axe pick, your priority is like, do we have supports that can punish this? If no, pivot an advantage elsewhere because you're not going to stop the Axe. I also just like these deep wards coming out. So GH is like putting himself in a position where they could maybe try and punish any recovery attempt by Quickfoot. As Void Spirit isn't really a hero that farms the camps that well. But you might see Timber try and dial back there a little bit later. Oh, and as I'm talking about that, Chen in the bot lane goes down. Hero playing too aggressive. We look at the mid lane because there was going to be a toss back play. The problem is they just don't have the damage. They'll use the Astral, but the cooldowns are just too long. Void Spirit's too frustrating in Hero. They will force him back, and he is out of regen right now, so we need to bring us out. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, though, Insania being chased onto it. Mind Control is the one who gets banned in the end. Balance Strike controls, and he doesn't get enough spins. Insania will live. The half he can't change. All right, this is exactly what you pick Monkey King for. This type of volatility is going to escalate quickly. He's already top CS 21-6, and the Axe has half that. And now with 2 kills under his belt as well. So he'll be able to actually get the movement advantage. I believe some extra components coming out soon. But the Orb of Venom's already, like, once you have Uv, level 3, you're usually good enough. He did go for a point in 3 dance, so actually it's level 4, which you just got, and now you have 2 points to the Jingu. And this is where, like, the Axe has literally no choice but to stay off the lane. If he comes on to this little zone of monkeys, he's dead. Say that. If the monkey's left alone, there we go. Yeah, Insania did bring back the components. That is Treads complete. I was wondering which he'd go for, but he didn't have it on the Korea. I like this though. It bulks him up a little bit more, gives that attack speed, which is you just want to race the Axe because he's going for the spin RNG. You just want to get the taps out as quickly as possible. And that's a dead Axe. Mind Control's game is kind of done if he stays here. The top, the Miracle's going to go down this rate as well. Yep, one more little bull will do it, and they get the kill. I feel like GH is just not getting anything done in this mid lane. I mean, maybe NA is ahead of us, and this is why they didn't want to pick the Tinies, because the Void Spirit is so rampant. This hero is amongst the most elusive in Dota right now. And in a situation like this, where you usually worry that you need to actually level into a defensive spell or point to simulate, he hasn't taken a single one. So he doesn't even have an escape mechanism yet, and GH is yet to make a successful gank. Also, GH just lost his win lane. Rip Rooney, at least for a minute. As the Corey gets sniped out. These deep wards. I just like it. I think it makes it hard for GH to play in this higher side of the map, which is where you might have some kill potential, right, with the Razor. And don't worry about this. This is literally just the Axe story. I don't feel like we should even look at this anymore. Mind Control is this is going to happen like every other minute now until someone rotates to change something. But who do you rotate? If you bring GH down, he could also very easily die. And he's so busy trying to find kills because Tiny is meant to be this highly aggressive murder type support. He doesn't want to be spending all his time defensively. In fact, the fact that he stays off lane so long hurts him XP wise. He needs to be finding kills. Cheeky ring control coming out. I love the supports on the side of Liquid just rotate like this because they're self-sustained now. And Miracle, he's just dead. Fox is going to toy with him a little bit. It's like, what up, bro? He didn't actually take a point in Well and Death. Not strength here on the lane, so he doesn't care for it. There's Mind Control again. And you look at the move. BK's like, this is worth it every time. The only way they are able to aggress us off this laner phase is with an Axe, and they're not going to have one. Well, at least kill the Korea. I'll give him that, and he'll give them a kill. Alright, I think this is the point where you just tell Kuro he's the new core. Like, alright, bro. You farm up that mech. We're playing the old school style of offlane. The last patch. Start building utility for the team.
Bottom tower is under attack. Are scanning.
Even mid, which
top tower
is looking good right now, could start to backfire hard. You can already see how we're starting to get pressure. The difference between these two heroes is one just needs levels, really, and the other one is locked in on this reliance of items. And yeah, this is painful. This is meant to be your recovery point, right? Like, you know, I hitting XP, I'll go stand here, I'll chill for a bit. It doesn't work that way. Boxy gets a solo kill. And look, they know that he's here. These are the wards coming into play. So this was all anticipated. Like Liquid, they understood their advantage on the lane, and they pushed their aggression, and then they forced their opponents back to the safety of the jungle, and they're already prepped and ready to just kill them there. Tiger right now is just going to use Miracle as actually an XP balance. He did get level 6. There is a move in. It's going to this. 4 heroes converge. And the Razor goes down. Tiger doesn't die for it either. Oh, at least Axe got a little bit of breathing room. He hasn't died for a minute or two now. 2 may be a stretch. But here you go. This is Arcane Room rotation. These wards are just so good from Liquid. Like, they've anticipated everything that Nigma want to do. They read the fact they need to fall back to the jungle. They read the fact that there was no way they'd ever want to rotate top, so the only lane potential kill they have is bot, where they've been leaving BK alone as much as possible because Monkey King is a hero that loves XP. I say that, BK didn't see this one coming. They TP straight down, and there will be a kill happening here. They'll cancel the TP as they realized a little bit too late. They were moving across. They were anticipating this was the situation. They thought, I think they believed that Razor was going to try and go back to the primary jungle again. But nicely read by Miracle to just understand that is no place you can be right now. In fact, all the vision is now being invested in this primary jungle. So you'll just see the classic Dire falls back to bottom right side of the map play. They're going to try for plan a Quake bot, and they'll be able to get it. Sanity Eclipse, just enough damage with the farm tap coming out from Wii. And there was no chance to get the Astral Death out in time. I think this is the point where Quakefor goes, I need a point to simulate. It's a little bit greedy, but I get why he wants to max out the Aether Remnant. It's good damage, it's good control, it can set you up kills onto the OD and keep him on the back foot. And you always go for at least 2 points of Resonant Pulse because it's just good value in terms of damage and absorption. I have to wonder who's going to be dealing with Box at this rate, though. Like Wee's still farming competitively. He's going for the Axe build. It is his job, sure. But I am a little bit concerned that they have the means to just lock him down. Even if the Void Spirit gets roughed up a little bit, like he can deal with the OD until he gets to BKB. Kuro. He'll at least get the rune. We'll die for it. So it looks like it's going to be 3 runes going the way of Nigma. Only 1 for the side of Liquid. I think this is the point where you might see Liquid chill a little bit. Well, in terms of Monkey King, they'll try and play around Timber. They'll pivot him to push the towers with these Minimarks. And he'll feel confident because there's no Sanity Eclipse as well. So it's like very hard to actually stop him from pushing in here. But for the Monkey King, it's just about how quickly you can get the Echo Saber now. Respect this for we. How quickly can I get an axe? Definitely gonna need one this time again. Miracle is going towards the heals build. Understandable. It's good in this game. I like it, especially against the Monkey King. Getting him out early, keeping him controlled up. Top lane mind control has been trying to recover, and he'll just have to recuperate. More likely in the fountain. Or does he? No. Moves away in time. It's this again. It's the fact that Quakefor is not level 8 when he tries for that kill. If he is, he has a point to simulate. He could probably move forward and get another tap in, and that might be the kill at that point for the DD. It should be.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is a bit rough. When you like converge with 2 cores in the same lane, you'd expect, if anything, you'd be able to kill the completely pummeled Axe. But well done by mind control to actually dodge death there. And he needs to. He needs to get a blink as soon as. Hero doesn't really have any real relevance until that's the point. And when you're up against heroes like Monkey King and Void Spirit, especially with Shaker as well. You can easily get caught out split pushing and punished. I mean, this Shaker is going to have his blink long before mind control at this rate. Fast is available here. So they're going to go in. A lot of harassment coming out of the Wii, and he'll try and hide, but the Aether Remnant is waiting. Control up, nice toss interruption there, so Foxy can't actually get the damage across straight away. We're stacking this up, nice avalanche interrupt, and got to heal him up. Now Sands Glimpse gets dropped and Void was gone. Foxy will be chased on next, but look at the wraparound, nicely done. Miracle does arrive in time to cut off Insania, chase him down and kill him off, and Foxy, well, he does have the false promise, he's going nowhere. Toss back towards the creeps, Astraled up, mind control doesn't need a blink because they're coming to him. That'll be the other kill for them in the mid lane, which should open up the push onto this tier 1 tower, seeing as they do have a Chen with them.
Radiant's middle tower.
Fortification will be expended, creeps are incoming, and then they should renew the push. Nice move by Nigma, much needed as well. I like that they're pivoting the advantage off the one lane that was going insanely well. Or, I wouldn't say insanely well, but quite well, shall we say, which is the OD in the mid. Like, sure, Miracle's been fighting farm, but the kind of rough part is you pick a Razor to win the laner phase. You pick a Razor because it's going to just destroy its opponent on lane. And the reality is that in this game, the Razor was the one getting destroyed on lane. Tiger. Oh, he's so close to that blink dagger. This is a painful way to die. Less than 100 gold off. They do get the bigger kill in the OD in the mid. That rotation is definitely going to favor the side of Liquid. It hurts a little bit that Shake is behind on the blink money, but the tower's going to make up for it. Yeah, the OD kill on top of that is perfect for Liquid. Both teams just iron up different goodies. And now Quakefoot was trying to eye up mind control. I don't know if you'd be able to make that kill happen though. I think it's just too slow of a rotation. You need to get your Yules. I don't think he's even go for Yules this game. The problem with Yules in this type of game is there's still the Ava threat. You've still got to worry about the axe just getting a call when you come down. It's not a terrible item. I'm just wondering if he has something better in mind. Yeah, he's just gonna go for crits.
Radiant's middle tower is under
the classic, no one can kill me if everyone's dead mentality. I love it. Nice to see people getting more adjusted to the Aether Remnant as well. I think when you first start using this spell, it's a little bit more reminiscent of Find from Epo, where it just looks very simple and easy to hit, but it's not usually the case. I like that from Mika as well, that kind of preemptive Wukongs. He didn't complete it, of course, but they realized that this is an axe, this is mind control, and although he put his head in the mud, he's come up for air and he's almost got his blink dagger online. GH, yeah, he's only halfway towards his. This isn't really surprising when you consider the problems he had rotating early. This just wasn't a great tiny game for rotations. You didn't have the lane set up to actually like capitalize on it, which is not often the case when you have a Razor on one, an OD on the other. Oh, GH. He's gonna toss. Okay, no, the toss do. So he'll just try and hold his own, but they converge. No one's coming to assist him. He almost wiggles away and smokes straight away. I like this. I don't know if I got spotted though. I think it did. Just the flip on the edge. We knew something was up. We'll look to move away, but the Aether Remnant comes down. The Wukong's thrown out to make sure reinforcements can't arrive. And that's a painful death. 100 gold away from the axe complete, and they strike. Really important kill. Once that axe comes line, we see it time and time again. That's when the ODs just start to be ridiculously. That's what I'm looking for. Annoying. Obnoxious would definitely be a good choice at this point. Is I think critical to your game plan for the next 2-3 minutes, because you want to be able to actually fight unimpeded, especially when you know that like the blink may have just arrived with mind control, but they're not ready until they got those 2 items, and now they're going to find both these kills. As OD dies, and then immediately after he gets his hands on the blink dagger, they take out mind control as well. As I'm talking about that, GH also getting picked off in the mid lane. Quick, but getting close to having those crits. DDs again. This boy, he hits hard. He's finding exactly what he wants every time. The astral step crits feels good. Will feel good, rather. In the meantime, the DD is definitely making up the damage. I wonder if he's going to keep the essence ring on Miracle. It's a decent item because you got the Yules, right? So you have good stats for one as well, but yeah, there it is. It's just too good. And I expect Hero probably thinking about the essence ring himself now, so he can live long enough to heal everyone up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ags will be ready in 44B though, and that's when you should probably see a smoke up. Actually, I don't... Let's see. What's the case with other items? It looks like they're going to smoke now. Yeah, before Ags is complete. I was going to say, because if you wait until Ags is complete and they're going to see we moving about right now, they're going to anticipate it. If you jump right now before you even had it, it's good. And the cool jump in is looking good. On the box, he's stacking up a lot of damage. Multiple to protect. Toss across on Insane is so stacked up on top of each other. The Yule doesn't drop. Coles goes down. And the Echo Slam, the control looking beautiful. The spin through. And they're already evaporating. Nigma jumps too soon and get punished quickly. As they're going to lose every hero. GH tries to move away, but they already are hot in pursuit. The net will be thrown out, he will be brought down, and everyone on the side of Nigma is dead as Liquid takes a convincing fight. And that fight is being made before they have Ags complete on the OD. They're doing it up into the high ground. These wards are pretty fresh. It's a tenuous play at best. You know that they're in the area. You probably anticipate that they're trying to respond to Wii again, try and snipe him out before he gets the Ags complete. But I feel like it's an over-aggressive pivot. I don't think like the pick wasn't good. You can't enter on the Timber Sword. They just proved why. If you're going Timber first, you're going to die every time. You just don't have the damage. The OD didn't have the Ags. He wasn't at that point. He couldn't remove the Timber from the fight and just focus on the Monkey King, for example. It seems good for a moment because you force out the False Promise, but then you have to remember, like, Timber is never a kill at that stage because the False Promise is just going to give him all his time in the world to heal up, right? Because he's going to have the reactive arm stacks up. It's going to be double the heals. That's the point where you need to switch targets and do it quickly. And the problem is, like, you have GH wrapped around the back. He finally finds the Oracle. All you're doing at that stage is tossing across an Oracle onto a target you don't want to attack already, who's already had his impact because Insania pressed R. That's all he really has to do in that fight. And just understands that very well. There's usually a temptation to hold on to that spell because, well, my Monkey King might need it. But at this stage in the game, like, the Timber is just too crucial to your success. But it is fast becoming the me case. Guy almost has Skadi. I'm not sure how you actually kill Mike when he has Skadi in this game, unless you find him solo. BKB isn't even that great because it's always an axe, right? But Skadi is pretty filthy. Miracle, be careful about this. He's taking himself in. Quick spot, don't even go down. And Miracle, he thought he could just chase that kill down. Now they might lose the axe as well. He'll come out to buy himself some time, and there's Wii with the Astral, but that should be an immediate runaway. He was called in to simply save the day, but it might cost him his own life. Fissure connects in time. Try to put down the Wukongs. The net's going to come out. The chase is on here. Wii needs to escape. Has got one more Astral to work with, but a lot of heroes to target. He might be forced to use it on Boxy, but it's too close to base, so they will back up. All in all, they will escape and they will immediately smoke and look to go back in. Mind Control leading the charge, but Boxy was waiting on the high ground because he wasn't smoking. What's revealed straight away? Echoes the Tiger, back range! Catches on the both of them here, and it's going to allow him to bring him down. Weir's going to hide his own little well, but where's your escape plan? You don't have one. So quick on the turnaround. Tiger, he saw that opportunity. It was a max stretch between the two of them to hit both with the Echo Slam, and he does exactly that. That will enable them to just actually go and take mid. If they want, they could be eyeing up Roast at this stage. The Timber is at a tanky enough point. But better to just keep taking control of the map. You don't want to actually risk a turnaround as it's still low respawn times. You haven't taken the outpost top yet. And to be honest, you aren't at a stage where you need Roche. I think you, like, if you're Liquid, you break one or two more towers because you don't have the fastest push at this moment. Just break one or two extra towers, then you go get Roche, and then you're at a stage where you can actually fully utilize the Nagus for high ground push.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant structures.
All right, this is the upside. This is something good for Nigma at least. They have got the Blink Dagger coming. Tiny will move back for it. Have they got another smoke? Yeah, they got another smoke. I was gonna say this should be a smoke play. They're waiting on the high ground. Wee's already shown bot. So it looks like they're going to try and posture around there, but this should be obvious to Quake for. And they won't bother smoking. Instead, they've just... Once you've committed 2 cores into a lane like that already, a smoke afterwards doesn't really achieve anything. Only time you smoke there is if you're trying to, like, rapidly connect. Link forward. That's the reveal. Sania a reasonable kill if you get quick enough. And they are most definitely not. This is taking way too long. They need to be careful. He'll throw out the false promise on himself. They'll astral him up. They'll heal up enough. He's got the mech afterwards to save himself. But nope, there's the dunk. There's a block in, though. Mind control. Where's the escape? They're actually going to go for the cool play. They won't fight into this. Or maybe they don't. Wukong goes down. GH stuck on the side. He at least distracts them. The astral control is good at King. Or into Boxy, rather. But Monkey King's zone is keeping them out. They'll chase him now, but this should just be an out for Liquid. Unless Mind Control jumps in. Nice boundless strike to interrupt. Boxy will be able to move away in time. They're close enough to the tower that he should be out. He needs to actually throw out that Yules, and that'll give him enough time to move away. Oh no, BK! Oh no! Jump in, forced to fight right now. I don't know if he can hold up against it. The light's still looking good. The Sentinel's not good enough. No, he almost just grabbed the Echo Slam again from Tiger to ensure it's not even close. And Kuro will be able to get out in time, but that looks so good for
Radiant's
Nigma.
middle tower is under attack.
Boxy, he knew what he needed to do. He knew his team could fight. He just needed to make sure Mike was completely committed and awake. I mean, there might be questions of whether Boxy was awake again, but it works out for Liquid. Maybe a little bit too close for comfort. I'm not sure that Mike was fully in on the plan there. Then again, the way these lads tend to sync up, I wouldn't be surprised if that was an elaborate bait. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt, but it definitely didn't look that way. I think I'm just gonna actually end up messaging Sania afterwards and asking, was that genuinely planned? I expect a lol no. But you never know unless you ask, folks. He could just play the cool guy and say, of course it was, bro.
Is under attack.
I like this plan from Mike as well. He says, okay, Ags, if I'm going to be stunned by my own timber, I might as well have an army fighting for me while I'm stunned on the spot. Good idea. This is what we call padding your lead, okay?
Dire's bottom tower is under
Taking
attack.
the lower risk bet. This was a high risk move. Being even this far out of your base, you know they're in the area. He knew someone had to be here, though. He needs to try and actually get out, get some more wards down, some more vision. And you didn't have full vision of the situation because he cut across. I think he was hoping to actually get like a ward either here or maybe on the classic high ground. Just so you can kind of punish them. Blue right now, they see the split up because they've got this ward in their primary jungle, but they're already TPs across. If they chase this further, they will be punished. Chivas to zone them away. Split up with the fire a little bit, and Sania drag deep, but he does still have the false promise, and GH is already dead. Yules is going to come out with OD, movement forward as well. We in a bit of trouble. Found the strike control is good. The net's still on him, but he's the second astral, and the vision's there to block him off. He's gone. Look at that. A perfect item for Liquid. The first tier 3 item ends up being an orb of destruction in a position like this. They may just think about high ground at this point. But they are busy looking for more heroes. I think you just Roche. Like, maybe you get the tier 2 first, but you're thinking Roche afterwards. Because your situation now where you force them into their base, if you get some wards around this high ground area, they can't actually attempt to interrupt your Roche. But at the same time, like, does Liquid need Roshan right now? I don't know if they need an Aegis. Because your Oracle can't die, is what we're learning here very quickly. If you're Nigma, that's a painful lesson they're learning quick. Your Void Spirit is too elusive. He shouldn't really be dying. Your Monkey King is basically too tanky to die at this point. That was proven in the 4-second stun out of a tree. Your Timber is a Timber, so with a Shivas at this stage, he should also be next to this. It just feels like everything in this game right now comes down to what we targeted. And I don't think, like, he just doesn't have the damage. With a BKB, that might be the turn point, because then he just has to worry about the Monkey King factor. But by the time that happens, Monkey King's going to have the Ags. He's going to be able to actually fall back into his own Ags Wukong's combo. And then we can't chase him. the same
Dire's
time,
middle
like,
tower
we
is under attack.
could be chased, and if he astrals and it's right on top of him, then there's still going to be little axe monkeys clapping you in the face. He's also about to hit the level 20, which should be the crit, especially with poor little Chen's army.
Radiant's top tower
Liquid.
is under attack.
They smoke wraparound. Gotta play this well on Tiger. Echo Slam level 2 available. Mike is waiting. They want him to show on the wave. Only Liquid's gonna show behind them. Things come out. They know they're here. This should be the moment where Mika gets ready to move. He doesn't want to go too soon. The call's going to come out. Void Spirit jumps onto Surf first, but False Promise comes out. BKB from Miracle to chase forward onto the Oracle, who's already had his impact. Might still die. No way they can see him, but Wukong. No, they jump in deep. They got the control. OD has to hide in his own little world again, but Quick able to move away with this late time, and he will live. We are no. Make sure he goes down the side steps. Echo Slam once more on it too. GX interrupts with the Avalanche, though. This time they're ready to fight back, and it looks like Tiger's going down. Mind control will fall, but Boxy still looking healthy enough. Able to move away. Buyback comes out from Max in the meantime. Use control under the Monkey King, sapping away all the damage. Don't follow up as well. Trying to turn around, but Boxy zones him away. Balance strike beats the controller. Looking at damage. For the Avalanche toss across. The dunk down. Double kill for Mind Control. The buyback looking worthwhile. Mike. Too tanky, but that is no longer the case. They all die off. The buyback from Shaco achieves nothing. And Nigma, well, they finally buy back. And they needed to. OD, still such a high priority kill for Liquid.
Radiant's
Able to
tower
just
is under
buy
attack.
enough time, enough focus from the side of Liquid onto him.
Radiant structures.
That it just allows Miracle to actually do what he wants. He snipes that Oracle even though the False Promise has already been used. He doesn't want to risk the heals coming into it, the disarm factor. That's the important thing, right? Like, you're sitting there going, oh, it's a 10-second BKB. Lol, he chases an Oracle for the beginning of it. Because if he doesn't, the end of that 10-second BKB, you're going to be disarmed. You can't allow the Oracle to continue to exist. It's still a big threat, regardless of whether False Promise is available.
Under attack.
And then from there, it just enables them to be in a situation where even the Timber has to play a little bit on the edge. Monkey King is then just left alone. And this is how you beat the Monkey King in this situation. I said he was too tanky to die, but amazingly enough, folks, quite often that does not hold true if your whole team is dead.
Under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Suddenly, we have a little bit of game on our hands. Actually, like, net worth dip is looking good. If Nigma take another fight like that, that should even up. But if he dies like this, he has the BKB, and he might be forced to use this. They might just try and perma-stun him. There it is, BKB. All right, that's good. That's the 10-second. It's a big charge expended. They wouldn't have been able to kill him in time, so that was the best case scenario for Liquid because they didn't have Echo Slam, so they couldn't perma-stun him before he'd be able to BKB TPL. If they got, so if they, for example, if they had Echo Slam, what you would have seen is you would have led with that. Quaker would have been able to follow up the A for Remnant after the stuns are complete for Tiger, which would have probably enabled another enchant totem. And then you are looking at a kill. However, Wee is playing under wards. He doesn't quite know it, but he knows that the heroes are missing once more. And Boxy's showing mid, which, when it's only a Timber showing, you have to anticipate they are making a move either behind him or somewhere else on the map.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And yeah, everyone will just get out there and want to risk it. That does mean you're in a forfeit Roche, though. You're back in your base. You could smoke up and try and chase out now, because Timber's going to move off the wave. I wonder if they'll read this. I don't think Monkey King does this quickly yet. Like, the Ags is the factor that gives you a nice boost to your Roche speed, but the Monkey King won't himself do the fastest Roche. You can already see they back away, knowing that Nigma would be able to smoke respawn in time, which is what they're doing. The Wars did spot out quick for. And they get close enough, though. Wide wrap. They guess wrong, and he'll get away. The pings are way too late. Mind control, I mean, it was a logical guess, right? Usually you see someone play around this side of the lane when that smoke breaks from that position, but not in those small tree areas, not like that. At that point, you're gambling on not even a 50-50 bet. It's more like a, I'd say like a 33. Yeah, 33 seems fair. Like, his smoke breaks right here, so here, or here. I mean, you can even say 25 because it's these 3 spots all down here. I let the boxes go for a heart, by the way. There's no point building more armor at this stage. Like, you can already see it's up to over 50 with the reactive armor stacks, right? So if you just build more armor, it's overkill. You're not going to be dealing with the OD threat at that stage. Then just get raw HP, so even the OD can't bring you down. And there you go, they go to the pit. They have all eyes on the side of Nigma. As you can see the people coming out, that's just going to mean they're too late to even try and interrupt this. Beautifully done by Liquid. It's just small things like that. The fact that they're playing on the vision that way, and you know they like to go for the D-ward as it's a predictable spot, it forces them to reveal their location and allows you to then just get a Aegis for free. Wow, almost for free. It costs you a ward, which gives them some gold.
Dire's top tower.
Technically still free for you. A slight gold exchange to their hand. I wonder if they just farm up Boxy's heart before they go high ground. I feel like you probably want to start holding buybacks just in case, although you're maybe not that concerned, especially if you find a pickoff like this. 4 stuff to get them out though. So the point was going to be that you maybe see Miracle building towards this Ags and just get buybacks before going high ground. At this stage in the game, it would make sense. So you can see Mike is very close to buyback himself, but he gold off. Quick Fizz the furthest away, over 1,000 gold out. And of course, Shaker. Tiger already committed his with that previous fight top. But Timber is next to the heart. In fairness, if you die with Heart Shivas, something has gone terribly awry in the fights. Which is usually why you keep buyback, of course, but you should be most definitely the last person to die on your team now. Unless you're the first in and no one else is nearby, but the convergence crossed very quick here. Mike up in the trees. The pings are coming out. They know he's around here somewhere. He'll jump on to Kuroki. Nice stun on his 2. And it looks like it's going to need to be some protection. Echo Slam control looking good. Double Astral Save already for the Yours to keep OD out. The fight means his team's in trouble. Root comes out to GH. Line control the back line. Caught out and just dead alongside his captain. 80 seconds without your axe. And he does not have buyback. They know it as well because he bought back last time. This should just be where they breach high ground. Totally worth the Echo Slam. Now, 80-second window without the axe. That's your form of initiation. GH can only do so much here. We is going to have to get a lot done with this 9-second BKB. I'm not sure if he can do enough. Especially if GH goes down like this. They Astral 1, but they don't save Tiny. He's gone. Yes, he needed time to move out. I'm surprised they didn't go for the Astral defensively, that they did not expect Poikpui to get in that deep. The peskiness of a new hero and Boxy. Just keep their attention so Mike can tap away until a for Remnant to zone just in case. Boxy's able to move off. It's going to be at least a rat at this rate. Of course, the beautiful thing about the ODs, you can buy you a lot of time with these Astral charges, especially with the range on it. Just keep the Monkey King at base. It's the main threat right now. Out of the picture. Nice stun through. Follow-up stun is good. We in a lot of trouble. We'll actually go to BKB and find out. Boxy will just move away. BK will do the same thing, and that's the big BKB charge once again used. That might get them out of the base, though. However, they might consider coming back now that you have no magic immunity and they still have a second life on the Monkey King, but they respect the axe. With the axe tiny, anything could happen. You have to consider the volatility level, right? Like there's toss back, cool potential. The Liquid are just respecting exhausted resources that they are getting as an advantage right now, as Nigma are just starting to get off the ropes a little bit. We does have buyback farm down that might be on Liquid's mind, considering they haven't seen a new item in a while. And instead, they focus their eyes on what items they can farm. Yours will be ready soon for Tiger. He has got buyback again, so he'll probably just primarily focus on that, especially with level 3 Echo Slam now available. Sania does have that ghost scepter to ensure he's not an easy pick off. Boxy goes in, forcing out the call already. Goes ever deeper. Okay, they say you want to go in, you're going deep. 5-on-1. Will Boxy die? He moves away. Long range timber chain out, says Sayonara. And that is the space that Mike needs with the Wukong's down to get his hands on the packs. And he'll back away before the range racks is killed. Because who cares? Miracle, he goes too deep though. He's be careful. It's sunsed up right now. Hold on to that BKB. We'll be healed up enough by the... But that was looking a little bit scary for a moment. Knows his limits. There was an opportunity to maybe turn on him there. The thing that actually keeps him safe and keeps him solace in that situation is the fact that if they do commit hard onto him, guess who's going to save the day? It's always we with the astral charges.
Radiant are scanning.
It's the way the Zero has actually been popular for a while. That's why he was so dominant in the previous patch. It's the double ag save. The range it has, right? You're turning a core that is not an easy kill himself into the same impact we were seeing out of Shadow Demons, out of Oracles, out of Wyverns. But he has multiple charges, pretty low cooldowns on them as well, and can use them aggressively or defensively. Like, what more do you want from this hero? Murder Path, which he does get as the fight goes on. Can the fight go on long enough though if he's not even there? I don't think so. Miracle's way too far away. BKB will be axe-fed, and he's fast enough to run away, but Kuro is not so lucky. He tried to be away. They look, they laugh, they say it's cute, and they see a dead Chen. Tiny, oh no, Tiger, he pinged it out. His 4 senses were tingling on the 4 and 4 power, but GH able to make it in the tree line and TP out just in time. I will give Nigma credit where credit is due. They are minimizing these losses. They're ensuring that they actually have a chance to bounce back here. Especially if BK gets that greedy. False Promise goes out to protect him. He's being dragged in against his will. And there'll be a move away in time because the False Promise means that you can use the tree dance wherever and however you want. Nice little interaction as well. Something I think we sometimes forget, right, is that False Promise stops damage and how that affects certain spells. Tree Dance definitely one of those kind of, okay, get out of jail free type cards. Miracle. No BKB though. They don't want to go for it because Mind Control goes in. He misses the cool opportunity. Now he's in trouble himself. He will be able to move away quick enough. As Mike did not want to jump out of those trees. Understandably, Liquid with this big lead, while you do feel in control, you don't want to risk anything when you do not have False Promise available. Up the box. You always risk a tip. Because if he's dying, something else has gone terribly wrong with the game. They do see we though. If they can stun lock this, which with Echo Slam they could. Pull to the side. Quick's been found out right now. They don't actually go straight to the OD. They know that Quick is dead. They just need to get out. That's a very quick pick off as well. It looked like both teams might try and trade there, but the rough distance that you have is the cool control is good enough to melt a hero like the Void Spirit. Whereas you're kind of looking and going, do we have enough or we hard to kill him in time? With Jacob, maybe, but you don't want to see Echo Slam. However, in this choke point, you will commit the Wukongs. The Mind Control separate from his team went a little bit too deep. We are has to retreat, and that means that they're going to leave the axe behind. DH, they ping him as well. Miracle is here. They see the opportunity on the Tiger. Yule's going to come up. Buybacks on both sides. Echo Slam needs to control up and move away. Stun control looking good to keep Miracle on the spot, and the roof fall up, forces out the BKB. Toss across. Tiger ship is still going down, but Tiny will join him. Both fours are dead. The stun control to Miracle. He can't just TP out anymore. The Master is going to run out. He needs assistance with the balance. No! They go deep. We are. BKB saves the day. Keeps his Razor alive. Foxy has to have the False Promise on him. Now, by enough time, they force the forces of Liquid back, and on the back line, they're actually going to find Quick throughout with the cool. Moving away just in time. Monkey King does come back in. Astral Control is there, though. Kuro might be going down, but that's just a 5 at this point. He's done all he needs to do. Mike, controlled up. Disarm out, try and protect from the magical damage. Stun out onto the Razor. Buyback comes out from GH in the meantime, and now the chase is on. Aether Remnant to cover their escape, but the move forward with the blink into the cool. Trying to drag him out. It's caught the Aether Remnant themselves now. They're top for the control. Sanity goes down, and they've lost them. They're going to lose Quick for and Mike, and all of a sudden the power of Weeha, the power of this OD in a long fight is revealed. And it looks like Liquid are just crumbling. As Nigma, we will find the triple kill. They're looking to wipe everyone here, as Insania will be able to TP away successfully. But the damage may already be done. It's 100 seconds without your Void Spirit, and he has no buyback, as they know, because he died back in that fight. Now, it's just how much damage can Nigma get in? Like, the waves are pushed in, so it might be limited. Maybe they get one lane if they're quick hit. Possibly you force a buyback, but I think it's just a case you get control of the map and you're eyeing up Roche. The rough part, if you are Nigma here, though, is that it's still a minute out until it spawns.
Radiant are scanning.
You can already see it mind control. Yep, I got this pushed in, bro. Just bring the creeps. But by the time they get you, you're probably getting a tier 2. I think best case scenario for Nigma right now is they get maybe 2 tier 2s. Although you have got Ags on Miracle. So he might get some chip damage done. He has to be careful because if he goes in deep and gets fissure blocked in, he could die.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And they put the repair key on. So it looks like they are actually going to fall for the tier 3 tower at this rate. I see that. The repair kit does do good work, and they still have the glyph to work with, and there it is. They're going to wait for all those creepies to come across. Try and get that max value. And I'll buy them some time. Tier 3 will still go down, though. And they should still lose the melee as well. Tiger is waiting for this Echo Slam. If they stack on the retreat, they're going to go. Like the timber isn't the biggest factor. The voice spirit, that's the timing you're worried about, and they get it quick enough, they get out. All of a sudden, net worth lead completely gets disintegrated for Liquid. After what was looking like a dominant early game, they're starting to encounter these kind of peak off issues, right? With the type of build you've gone for on the voice spirit, it's a little bit harder to scale, right? Compared to the Solar Crest, Deso type builds we've been seeing along those lines with the BKBs. Instead, he went for this, while powerful Bloodthorn, it can be dealt with the game as the game goes on, right? Like Mind Control's going for the BKB next. You've already got BKBs on the other 2 cores. It wouldn't be surprising if you see a Dispel being built on the side of Nigma eventually as well. I don't think it's the biggest deal for them necessarily, though, because most of the control from Liquid is not target. You wouldn't see something like a Lotus. But even then, you've always had things like the Yules. And this could easily come down to the next Roche. It is up. Both teams should be aware of it. You can already see that Nigma do have a creep inside the pit. And Liquid, they know how to do maths, so they know it should more or less guaranteed be up now. Now with the heart complete on the Razor as well. Miracle is not the easy pickings. OD with 3k HP. Not the case for him either. You have only 1 target that you can burst on Nigma in an instant, and that's Kura. Even then, he can just buy back. Oh, not right now, but soon when he has gold, and still have the Hand of God impact, right? Whereas if he bursts Insania, he has to get back out, and it's tough. I guess the Shake is also... Take a tiny, equally killable. It's just over 2k HP. It's not a quick burst. Especially Mr. Tiny Montana with his ridiculous pro armor. The beautiful thing about Monkey King Ags. Why commit to doing Roche properly when you can just stand there for a few seconds and then let someone else do it for you? I believe this ag should be called Delegation. Get someone else to do the hard work. And it's obvious that both teams are here. You can already see that Liquid are willing to sacrifice parts of the base for this. But the moment you go back like this is where you have to actually give a wide berth until Monkey King returns. Which won't be quick, as he TP'd, and he doesn't have boost travel. And the smoke straight away, Nigma. They know this opportunity. They go, and the call's going to come out of Boxy straight away. Secluding them from the fight. GH zoning away, insanely the whole while. Nice team to chase through. The Fissure does block off the fight a little bit. Forced up away. GH chased onto. Avalanche to try and buy time for his team to arrive, but he's already going to be going down. On the other side of the fight, Boxy, the Tiger Armor, he does get the Echo Slam out. And manages to move away. They'll chase onto him. It's full defensive, but it buys enough time to kill the Tiny, which is a big deal here. Dead for 100 seconds. And now, DK can't get the Wukongs out in time. The cool control is going to false promise. He's forced to stand and fight because that cool's still running. Finally, Wukongs will go down. He needs to start healing up. Has got the balance strike control out of OD. They should be able to heal him a little bit. The Hand of God, it's going to work against him. He's going to go pop. He realizes there's just too much attack speed out on that OD. Too much damage from the mana pool. The cool's there. Buyback comes out. Monkey King has to commit now. Koifa will look to make an escape on the back line, though. Vision control is good on the Weeha. No BKB. They need to get him out alive. There will be an Astral by himself in time. The Arcane Room gets stacked up by Quick, but BKB gets activated. He goes in. The cool's going to be there from Mind Control to control up. Boxy chasing on, keeping on top of the OD to make sure he doesn't feel safe right now. Balance strike gets missed time though. BK trying to fight against this. They need to get rid of the OD quickly. He's got the Signs of Close, but he refuses to use it. He's going to use the Astral instead to buy some time. And Mind Control. Well, there it is. OD down. He didn't want to use the ultimate. He realized there was not enough inbuilt. And instead, Nigma are going to lose heroes here. They just need to minimize the losses on the heroes which have buyback. Which it looks like they will be able to do as Miracle and Mind Control do get away. They have got the double buyback situation, but they won't have a tiny for 30 seconds. They might just have to forfeit. The Roche is going to be in the hand. They don't want it. Buybacks come out. Mike moves out the pit. Call on the 2 straight away. Casey quick, but Force Promise to save the day. But Mike loses a lot of damage. Needs to move away from the static link just in time. Aether will cover the escape. There won't be a chase up into that choke point from Nigma right now. Only one buyback available on either side. And that belongs to just Insania.
Dire's middle tower.
Who is back up, moving towards the pit. False Promise on cooldown for 30 seconds. Had to go back to base after expending the spell. Didn't see any point in hanging around and risking it. And now Boxy, Nigma, they want to force this right now. Boxy is just keeping vision. They want to go and they have the Echo Slam to work. Do see Wee on the back line. If they find them stacked here, and they will root on. There it is, jump in. Tiger gets the Echo Slam control as well. Miracle separate from the team. The BKB, Astral's buying some time, but is it actually working in Tiger's favor? He needs to get out. More stuff will get him out of the pit in time. The move is slowing down Miracle long enough that Nigma cannot punish. Echo Slam was used, yes, but for a good cause. And in the end, Cheese was picked up, but the Aegis, the bigger value, was taken by the Shaker. Straight back to the base. Liquid will have to go as they did lose one tier 4 in all that commotion, but they keep themselves in the game and they make sure that they still have an advantage they can leverage. Now, Nigma, if they want to go up in the high ground, they won't have the benefits of an Aegis to rely upon. They do, however, have a Cheese on an OD. Excuse me. Quickfer.
Radiant's
We're getting closer.
Is under
Almost got the
attack.
Mystic Staff component. This should be a big pickup for them. A little bit more flex in the fights. Long range. I don't know if bots really want to go that deep. Tower should be going down. Fissure control though. Miracle taking a lot of damage. The Hex is going to come out and do him as well, down to half HP already. With that heart, still got down bulky. Refused to use the BKB. Boxy with his own heart. Not a good target either.
Radiant's middle tower has been
I just love that they've stacked Boxy to ridiculous degrees with the heart, with the Havoc hammer. Decent amount of strength on this hero right here. 200 in fact. Cool control. Dragging Boxy out. Trying to protect him. Hex is going to come out, keep OD out of the fight, and they'll try and move away. They don't want to hard commit. They want to be the ones who get the opening if they're forced to fight. Insania will be able to escape in time. Has to purge himself so he doesn't get slowed. Up onto the high ground they go. You can see how Nigma, they understand as long as they're the ones going in and finding a pick first, or trying to at least, Liquid are unlikely to respond. Both sides just trying to avoid using big items or big cooldowns in terms of abilities. The Echo Slam there, Liquid, that's their big play. They need to find a choke point play that can set up a Wukong's command. That's why they need to be in first. Bit tough to actually pull that off when you can already see this pressure coming out. And the beautiful thing about now, or Devourer, say beautiful, maybe hideous, horrendous. I don't know how you feel about it. Depends how you feel about Timber. Is that no matter what stage in the game you are, Timber will always feel threatened. Tiger, stun control, the initiation of Mind Control, being controlled up himself. The irony is not lost. But the call will drag Boxy in deep. Astral to keep him out of the picture for a while. The wraparound is coming in here, but Miracle is spotted out. BK moves away in time. Static Link didn't get much. They'll separate the fight a little bit here, but Miracle barely stole any damage. Might be reluctant to chase, and now Quickfoot, he's trying to force these BKB charges out. Needs to be careful not to get caught by the axe. Actually, Mind Control, no blink for 9 seconds, so it looks like Quickfoot will get away with this. Has an Astral Step coming off cooldown soon to simulate to buy enough time, and he's just juking and jiving and wasting the time of Nigma. They're still going though. Jason. Maybe Remnant out, but the Yules is on him. He needs to simulate a BKB, but the call's going to be there. Quickfoot gets caught out. He plays with Nigma a little bit too much. And in the end, he's the baby in the sandbox crash. Cool miss time. Timber did use his fuels correctly. We're back in their base, 80 seconds without the Void Spirit. You can guarantee Nigma will try and force his buyback. They got the high ground Miracle, who has used his ultimate, the Eye of the Storm with that axe. Wukong goes down though, forced up to get him away, and Cool from mind control to ensure that there is no sort of rebuttal. And Liquid, oh, they're Tiatar on the edge of issues here. They still have the Echo Slam, but they no longer have the Wukong to command to combo with it for 75. You might just see Nigma just go high ground again, as they will have the Eye of Storm much sooner. There is still that variable, the Aegis, but it's running out soon. 30 seconds, in fact, and not on a hero that is necessarily the biggest threat after he's done his initial salvo. And back in they go. Divine Rapier picked up a Miracle. He ain't messing around anymore. He's had enough of this. He wants this goddamn base. He'll leave him nothing less. Eye of Storm coming up cooldown. 15 seconds for the Void Spirit is up. They do not want to use that buyback. They've still got more racks to work with. Cool controlling drag Boxy away from his team right now. But Mike trying to slow this down. Controlled up close for a little bit, but now snapping away that damage. Mike is getting hit so hard. They forced out to break it. He needs to move away quick. Tiger stun control to ensure that maybe they can separate Miracle from his team. Boxy will get back in, but BKB from Miracle means he can stand and fight. Toss across on Insania. He's going to be wiped out. Gem on the ground. Not going to use that buyback. He'll have to in the end, though. Mike says it's in. It's do or die. We had to go. The call comes down from mind control. The control looks good. And Weehart still has the BKB to work with. Had to set it up, throw it out to yet. Boxy moves away. Simulate, so he can split up. Koifa actually goes towards the back line, and that means he's split from his team, and they'll chase deeper, looking for a bigger kill. G8 used to buy some time. Mike has the Wukong's down already, and Boxy trying to push into. Will burn him down quickly. Weehart has full control. He is in trouble himself, though. Ava and Four-Star tries to get away. It's going to be a tease being in here, but he still signs up. There's no control. He has to use the side to go. Yeah, there it is. The Echo Slam, though. It interrupts the call. It moves them for a bit here, but now, can they fight back? The buyback come out. Liquid have the advantage in this situation, close to their base. Stun control, but Miracle still goddamn unkillable. Quick buff to simulate, moving away. Hex comes out. Now they've got it. They're going to be able to bring him down. The stun, Axe. He didn't get the call out. He's going to be down 120 seconds dead. They're going to chase more. Kura's going to get found on the retreat as well. No escape for the poor Chen. And it looks so good. Every time, mind control has been on point with these calls, but time and time again in that fight, just interrupted millisecond difference is all it took for Liquid to ensure that they were the ones controlling him. The hunt is on. Mike with the Divine Rapier. He sees the opportunity. Axe will not pursue further as he just bought back, but GH blinks away in time. Tiger is hunting, but no Blink Dagger for a few seconds. They can't find it. So I want to find someone soon, though. Roche could be up in a minute and 20 seconds, but they're not going to wait around. They just go down mid now, and they force the matter. Because they know that Nigma, they've been expending buybacks. They've been burning them left, right, and center like it's firewood in the middle of winter. And it's their time to shine. There's one buyback. They know Bodhi doesn't have one for the moment. They know it's close. It has to be. It's been a while and they know it. Same for the Chen. They're coming off cooldown in just a few seconds. And now they're going to try and bait Liquid in a little bit too deep. There it is. Buyback comes out. Mike goes in the cool control. Microphone trying to drag away. Gets stunned too quickly. The double buyback. Can they do enough with it right now? Mike stuns one. Trying to move away. T8 goes Scepter's up. Doesn't want to mess around with the Monkey King. Wukong's command's going to go down. Nastral's been thrown out. He's already thrown out the ultimate. They're going to split quickly. Trying to move away. Mind control will be able to get out of the circle quick. But Mike, he's looking to end the game. Trying to force the matter a little bit here. They do have an Aeon Disc on the OD. It's not going to be easy picking Mike out, but could be because the call's going to come out. Forced up in the wrong direction for the false promise. Echoes that Tiger to save the day again, but BKB from Wee. He'll be able to fight back. Kirsty, the Aeon Disc. No signs of clips for 30 seconds though. And Action Tiny dead. It's looking like Liquid will take game one. But my God, do both teams make them work for it. Wee is still alive. He's not ready to give up just yet. They have an advantage, but it's not closed. Koifa, he says, I gotta go back, bro. Creep waves are pushing and someone needs to get control of this. I will be back soon. But we have a huge window to play with and many things to do with it. Do they go for the Roche or do they go for the game? Liquid, they might just try and end it right here. Nigma They're going to have the Science Eclipse. They might not have the BKB in time before the Side of Liquid are back in your base. They understand that the most crucial thing right now is that Weehaw has that magic immunity. And it's starting to feel like we've reached past that point where the Science Eclipse just wins you the game alone.
Dire's Ancient is under attack.
Koikva, he's got a purchase to make, and then he'll be back across. He says, soon, my comrades. Here he comes. Ultra core complete. Void Spirit unleashed. Miracle control. Throw it up. Looks good. Aim for Remnant. Drag him in. Stun. Control follow-up. Looks good as well. The Wukongs, he's still inside BKB, but Miracle's dead and gone. And it looks like that's enough. They'll chase in. They'll end the game. Game 1. Believe it or not, going the way of Liquid. We still don't have a decisive victor in this one. We're going to at least one more game, but... And judging by the way that this game went, I